Attention! Your attention, please. A vast military build-up has been reported in the Sahara Desert, sectors 17 and 18 of the war zone. 14 heavy tank divisions, supported by
There is truth, and there is untruth.
have been sighted proceeding in convoy in a northerly direction.
Freedom is the freedom to say 2 + 2 = 4.
I look at the film now, it's almost primitive, because every effect in that film was done in camera. And, you know, it wasn't a big budget, and we ran out of money, and the Room 101 is just, you know, John Hurt and a wire cage with a rat in it in blackness, because we didn't have any money left to build a set, you know what I mean? But something about that that's really kind of quite wonderful, really, the simplicity of it, you know? It's funny how things work out like that, you know? We were both at film school. He was in the first year's intake. I was in the second year's after it was created. And I didn't really know him much at the film school at all. And then he asked me to work with him on doing some BBC omnibus programme work and things like that, arts programme stuff. So I shot quite a lot of films at film school. And then just gradually, after a few years, as I was shooting documentaries professionally, then, you know, other people, ex-students and Mike, started asking me to do some of the dramatic work. And then he got the chance to do this film another time, another place. So he asked me to do that. I'd always loved feature films ever since seeing these films in this little film society in Torquay, but I never imagined that I could be connected to feature films. You know, I went to art college, and that's probably what I wanted to do. But then I kind of discovered film through the National Film School.
Take your places, please. Right. Let's see which one of us can touch his toes. Right over from the hips, brothers and sisters, please. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1.
I love observing people. I love, you know, I just love that kind of recording life. That's what I like doing with a camera. So I gravitated towards documentaries. Shooting documentaries gives you a sort of sensibility of reacting to things as they happen. And that's quite similar even on a film set. Actors are acting and they're reacting to the script and creating a performance, and you're reacting to their performance in terms of what you do with a camera.
No. Please. You don't have to take me there. Why? There's nothing I won't confess. Nothing. I've told you everything already. I mean, what is it you want me to know? Take him instead of me. He's the thought criminal. It's him you want.
Mike wanted to shoot it on black and white, so did I, but that was just untenable. So he was determined to get something as close as he could to it. And back then, I'd heard that Keizu Miyagawa had done this process called silver tint for one of his latter films in Japan in the 60s, I think it was. But he had been a chemist before he'd become a cinematographer, so he never told anybody how he did it. And then there was sort of rumors that Kay's lab said they knew that in Italy they'd done some tests with some process to make a partial black and white. As far as I know, they just did tests, and they found just taking the print and taking the bleach bath away from making the print and exposing it 50% what they would normally, you could get what was essentially a 50% black and white movie. It's interesting, you know, so most people now on film, they do it on the negative, but it's a different effect. When you do it on the print, it's really striking how black the black is. It almost shines.
Hicks, Mini-Rec, Proletarian Affairs Section. Outer Party Member 22315 Howard, Mini-Prod Hospital Section. Outer Party Member 947
743 Bolgar, Mini True Records section.
I think they developed the process and we started testing quite a few weeks before we were shooting, as far as I remember. But the problem was that running it through projectors, so projectors would overheat and burst into flames. So it had a downside.
In accordance with the principles of doublethink, it does not matter if the war is not real, or when it is that victory is not possible. The war is not meant to be won. It is meant to be continuous. The essential act of modern warfare is the destruction of the produce of human labor. A hierarchical society is only possible on the basis of poverty and ignorance.
Well, Mike had a very clear idea of the way he wanted to look, this retro feel. And, you know, we scouted just about every old building in London, I think. I actually just went walking places at weekends, and one time I was walking down the East End and came across this gasworks down there. And I mentioned it to Mike and the location manager, and that's where we shot anyway, basically this huge abandoned gasworks that was then used by the same location manager for Stanley Kubrick's film, Full Metal Jacket. I mean, I'm really proud as time goes by, because there was no computer effects at all, no. Everything in that film was done in camera, all the big TV screens. Alexander Palace scene, you know, Victory Square. There was one time where the guy's giving a political speech and you had to see him on the screens either side behind him. And of course, it's a no-brainer, you do it blue screen. But I remember being in a production meeting one time and they were saying, well, we better do it blue screen because that's the thing. And Charlie Staples was there, and I was saying, well, Charlie, could we do it live? And then he thought that he could get some partial front projection paint